Hello everyone, this is Paula, and I am going to do my third my third video of me doing some entries in my traveler's notebook for this month. So I just piled a bunch of stuff that were the colors I wanted to do, which was brown, black, and yellow, and a little bit of white if I should need it. And I just kind of opened up a couple pages. Didn't give it a lot of thought, honestly. So I'm just going to pile everything right here. I just kind of put stuff in bags. And you know me, I like to do bags in my... I do a lot of bags if I can. If I'm able to, I do, because I love it. I love to do bags. Okay, I love to do just about anything. I am not picky at all. So, I just punched some tabs out as well. Grabbed a butterfly and different fibers that was in the kit. And then a couple stamps and a mushroom that looks kind of black and yellow, and another little coin pocket type thing. Now this is the kind that you can turn and close, you know, and I haven't used any of these, so I decided. And a ticket, a yellow ticket, some yellow paper, a mushroom, and a few hearts I punched out. So that's where we're at. I also did this brown bag. Now, I could have done a yellow bag, but I liked that I had embossed flowers on it and butterflies at some point. You know, I didn't just do that today, but I like that it was on there. So, let's get started. Now, put my glues out. Okay. And see where we're going to go from here. I do have another page over here. Kind of started and was going to do, and I decided I'd just do it with you guys when we finish this one. Now, you guys know I have trouble speaking without drinking because I have Sjogren's, and it's some days are worse than others, so I apologize for that. All right, now let's get started. Now, what are we going to do? I don't know. So we have this bag, and let's see if it fits. Oh my goodness, it does actually fit. Sometimes you have to cut them down, but I guess we're going to get lucky. Now, I have a couple, I brought some flowers in here, that are some, I keep flowers, die cut flowers of some of Tim Holtz wildflowers. I keep them, punched or die cut. I die cut all different colors, and I kind of keep them all, you know, where I can have them anytime I need them. And I do that when I'm just bored and want to sit, and kind of like when you sit and do fussy cutting. So I think I've got this mushroom. And I don't know, I was thinking about stitching around this mushroom. But I don't know where I'm going to put him yet. But if I put this little guy down, I thought I'd put a little bit of yellow behind him to kind of stand out. And maybe make that go right here. And then if I do that, then I don't really have a place for the mushroom, right? So, we've done several mushrooms. But I did bring this little one, so we can use that one right there. And save this one for one of the other pages. I have another page that has some yellow in it. I'm going to toss it over there, okay? So, I'm trying to decide, do I want to use, I know I want to use this back here, because it will fit without any problems. But then I have this yellow paper that would make a nice tag. So I think I want to use that. Or do I want to use this very old vintage flashcard? It's just so big and I don't have the heart to cut it. Now, I would fold it without any problem. But I just can't cut it. Not yet. I haven't had it long enough. I only got like 5 or 6 of them. And I do want to eventually use one for myself. And I may use it in one of the other books. I'm passing it over. Or one of the other pages. Okay. So we'll put this right here. Which is the same as the... It's the same paper as I'm going to make the tag out of. So I'm using stuff from my stash because I had quite a bit of the colors for this particular project. And yeah, I thought that would be fun. And so here we go. Now, is it too long? No, it's actually going to work. Let me get my hole punch. And I can never remember which way this thing goes. You guys like that? This to me is one of the most difficult. Of course, I'm holding it weird right now. But mostly because I'm trying to get it straight. One of the most difficult hole punches I've ever used, but yet built really well. Don't ask me what that means, but I just thought it was kind of funny. So I'm going to get a couple black clips out because paper clips, because I might want to use those. Okay, so we need to get the ink going here. We can't piddle any longer. I've been trying to think of some unusual, different type of things that we could do together in my book. But I'll tell you, the colors for me just make me think rainbows. I'm doing like different colors. Now, obviously, black is not part of the rainbow, right? But it could be if you mix everything together. That's what I'm gonna figure here. So this, like I said, I embossed this bag. You just put it in, just get a bag that's the size of your embossing folder and put it in there, and voila. Now, you can take and go over these without any problem, and it will kind of, see how it brings them to the surface. I'm going to go ahead and do that since I showed you, and I've already done it. So I just basically added some brown to my little layout here. It's okay. It's not a big deal to me. Now, that is going to go right there. Here is the little mushroom. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. It's got that white edge, which I'm not crazy about, but it's hard not to have them, huh? Okay, so Sadie is barking. I apologize. She has, my husband put in a new storm door, and I tell you, she's been in heaven ever since he did it. She loves to bark at everybody that goes by. I feel sorry for him, honestly. They are not in the same room with her, but he is. So anyway, so here's that. And I want to go ahead and ink this claim check, or it's a coat room check. Okay. This is one that I had left over from a previous kit. And I just like to use them. I usually just, whatever I had the time before, I leave in my tub. And when it's time to bring a new journal in, I look at what I need out of, that was from my tub that could work on the next journal. And that's what ends up happening. So it makes it really easy. Now I'm thinking, what can we put on here? You know, what can we do with this? Why don't we bring down... Oh, I know what we could do. I'll bring down some applique type flowers. I've got some that have yellow centers. And I've got some black ones, I believe. Yeah. So I'm gonna, I could ink the rest of these little things as we go, except I'm gonna go ahead and do these little flowers because I know I'm gonna use these for sure. And I'm just gonna hit them with a little bit of this. There's just no way I'm gonna sit here and try to, you know, get every little inch of this flower. I hope you guys have had a great day. I had physical therapy, so that tells you everything. Oh, my word. So, I gotta tell you what I did. This is why you didn't, well, you don't know that you missed a video, but I didn't record yesterday. Because I know you guys have heard me say that I have failed a few times in the last 3 months. Well, let me get a drink. My friend who owns the therapy place is the one that's working on me this time. They just all do something different. He does everything, but he's working on me because my situation's pretty complicated this time. I'm super weak, and so it doesn't take much for me to fall. And that's because I've had both my knees and both my hips done, and I just am not bouncing back this time like I did the last time, but I will. It's just a matter of time. So I'm going to glue this to this like I would, you know, as if I'm going to mat it. Okay? And that's essentially what we're doing. So anyway, we're in therapy, and like a crazy lady, I dropped my phone, slid off my lap onto the floor, and it was just me and this one other elderly lady. She looked probably close to, she's 75 or so, and she had a walker. And so you look at her, and she had her clothes kind of layered, so she looked like she was older. So it slid off, and I wasn't about to say to this little old lady, could you get my phone? She told me later she said, I wish you would ask me. I would have got your phone. And I was like, are you kidding me, ma'am? You are using a walker right now. I don't think I'm going to ask this. I was thinking in my brain, I am not about to ask a lady using a walker to pick up my phone. So anyway, I attempted it, and I bent over and down a little bit because I know what I can and can't do. And I went down. It was just like boom. And I had my I was holding the chair that, so see, this is going to be cute, you guys. Look at that. I did get it a little long here, but that's all right. I don't care. Now, behind here, I'm going to leave enough room. No. I think, yeah, behind here, I'm going to leave enough room for that little ticket. And so then this yellow will be its own thing. I mean, it's going to, you know, it's going to be a pocket. Anyway, so anyway, I bit it, and I was having terrible pain in my knees because I was on my knees. I never came off of my knees. I went down on my knees, but you know, you hit everything in the process. So my wrist is bothering me today, but I know I didn't break it or anything. It's just probably a sprain, and I actually see my hand doctor next week, so he'll get a good laugh out of it. He's my old boss. But anyway, so I'm going to put this right here. And if you notice, I went around the edges here. And I'm trying to keep from getting this thing stuck. I'm going to hold it right here. Okay, now I'm going to bring it, I think I'm going to bring it out this way. I just feel like it'll be less bulky. And maybe we'll have room for something else, right? Okay. Now, got that on there. We'll let it dry a little bit. And at the same time, we can go ahead and put our bag down. Now, I don't have any yellow bags. I don't think I have any yellow bags. Let me look again. No, I have a lot of white and brown and glassine, but I just like the floral and the butterfly because it's kind of hippie-fied, you know. And this book makes me think hippie. 70s, 60s, 60s and 70s, late 60s and 70s is what it makes me think. So, I am definitely going to continue that with this book. I just think it looks fun. All right, so here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this if I should decide to add a pocket. I'm going to go ahead and glue it down the same way, both sides and the bottom. Anyway, so it was, you know, a wonderful day. So I was humiliated. You know, just, I mean, it's embarrassing to fall when you're a grown-up, you know. That never changes, even when you're old and you fall all the time. So, my therapist and another therapist, friend of mine, I know most of them there, came over and they helped me up. And, because I couldn't get up by myself because I'm too weak. And he told me, my therapist friend, who is taking care of me, he told me that, you know, I've had 2 major hip surgeries. And he said, and both, whether it was 1 or whether it was 2, you're weak from it. And you don't realize it when you're walking and going about business. But when you fall, it's because you're weak. And it also makes you have a harder time getting up and getting about. Okay, so that's why I had to have help getting up for the 4th or 5th time in the last 3 or 4 months. Yeah, I've been very fortunate. I hadn't broke anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to close this just because it's so cute. I want it to show. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to close it in a 0, or not 0, a number 8 fold. There we go. Cute, cute, right? And then this is going to go right here. I think it's dry enough to put that in there. Now, I really want to do something right here. Now, I could put a flower. I think I have this label. And I think it might look cute like this. I'm showing you different ways because a tag doesn't need to be difficult, right? Doesn't have to just be all fancy. So I'm going to put this on here because I like that idea. And this came from the kit. Now, I could bring it down, and I'm going to do that because it will show. That's the main thing, is that it shows. I got a little bit further to the left than I did to the right. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to use this flower or this flower. I'll have to take that brad. There's a pretty big brad in the middle. And I'm going to take it out because I think I do want to use it. Now, and instead of that, I'm going to put a tiny brad there instead of that big, bulky. I have white. Okay, let's just do white. I don't know where I got these flowers, but I go through flowers and everything. Can you guys hear my husband singing? He's in there just singing away. He must be doing something he enjoys. I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean to laugh at you. I say that like he's listening, right? He probably will be when he loads he helps me take care of all the technical stuff. It gives him something to do, and it sure does help me to be able to get in here and make better plans and so forth. Okay, so we're going to glue this right here. And I'm going to leave that hole at the top because I'm just going to. It'll be fine. Now, I'm doing my pages pretty simple this time. Mostly because I want to do them, you know, kind of 70s. And it definitely was not it was a more simple time for the people than it is now. Now it's a crazy time. But then it was more simple. Now, I'm going to take a pen, okay, and I'm going to, let me get some of this stuff out of my way. You guys know what I'm going to do. I do it all the time. I'm going to doodle around this tag. Now, it's not actually going to be doodling. I'm going to actually just draw messy lines. And when I say messy, sometimes they're way worse than they are other times. But I usually do 2. It looks way more messy if I do 2 usually. And I'll look at this one and make a decision on whether or not I do 1 or 2. Let's leave it that way for now. I might change my mind. And I'm going to go ahead and go around this little guy too. Now, We'll see how I do with him and decide if I have to go messy. I hope you're not hearing my stomach growl. Okay, now we're not going to do that on the back, just on the front. Okay, now, so this is ready to go. Well, let's put some fibers in these little guys first. Now, I have black, yellow, and kind of a beigey yellow. So, let's see. I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of each of them. Now, getting all these fuzzy things through there is going to be the biggest trip of all. Let's see if I can get them to be smaller on the end. Might not work, but we'll try. If it doesn't, we just won't worry about it. Okay, I'm going to try coming in through the back on this one because all of that stuff we just glued down. Yeah, there we go. Now, I'm thinking I don't want them, since it's at the very top, I don't have to use all of it. Do you know what I'm saying? And this can be just the right size. And I'm just going to tighten a knot. I do that so I don't have to tie it constantly, and I don't have to worry about adding glue to it. Yeah, let's see if we can get it to come more toward the front. I'm wrestling with a tag. Yeah, I'd rather they go up instead of, I think I just get them to go straight up. Because I do want it to kind of stick out of my book. Now, let's see. So, right there, see, you stop right there and you can see great. Now, on this little guy here, I'm sorry, you guys, I hope I'm in camera. I've just been piddling along here, I didn't even check. Let me make sure. Yeah, you are. I just hope you have been the whole time. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with this little guy here. And fortunately, he does have a great big punch toe there, so that helps the situation. And I really doubt that his will stick out of the top. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this up and chomp it here. Just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now, the next thing I want to do on this page is do our little flowers here and do our butterfly. So I'm thinking we could do the butterfly here. I don't want to do it up here because I don't want to, you know, mess up that view of that. So, I'm thinking on this little tab, I want to put a little tab on here somewhere. Where? I don't know. But I think it looks cute, and I'm just going to want to do it. So probably I will put it over here on this page. Let me go ahead and get my thinner one here, because it'll have to take care of both sides. Okay, let's go ahead and put it up here. The only thing about putting tabs in your book, especially if you're doing like a rainbow or something, and like I told you, this isn't a true rainbow, but it is going to be a lot of different colors. It's going to be very colorful. I'm also going to use red and yellow and green, bright green. Just every color you can imagine. Pink. Okay, so there is that. And I think that just kind of adds something. We could have put one on top of our, excuse me here while I try to get this needle back into this glue. So we're going to do these little flowers, and I want to do them just like pretty much right in the middle. And I want them to kind of overlap each other. Like, I want the black here, and I want this over. You see what I'm saying right here? Yeah. And I like the mushroom. I've been kind of adding mushrooms. So we'll do that when we'll think about the mushroom after we do the flowers. Now, I've already inked them. And so I'm going to just kind of hit the larger spaces. I have fun just sitting down and cutting these. I'll just grab a bunch of scraps that I've saved over time and just sit down, and I'll just have fun putting them all together. Think about colors I usually use together. And okay, so here we go. Remember, this glitter glue dries clear, so I'm not going to worry too much about the glue. This glue does have a tendency to, it's pretty thin. It's more watery. But I've really grown to like it because it's strong. Listen, you can't move anything. If you put it down, it's there. Unless you put it down and take it right off, it's going to be there. You can't think about it. Okay. I really should have put the yellow one down first and then had a little bit of the lower section overlay the yellow one from the black. Okay, so there we go as far as that goes. Now, I don't know if I want the mushroom or not. I wonder if I have a taller mushroom. Let me look. I'm almost out of them. Let me look. Whoops. And of course I dropped one. It was probably the tallest one. Okay. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh yeah, it actually looks a little more yellow. So that will work. That's awesome. I'm going to put a little bit of this behind it. And then we'll just put it right beside the pocket right here. You know? Keep the theme going. Okay. Right here. For some reason, I thought that I had a, see, I got it crooked and I can't move it. That's just how it is. I thought that I had a Let me look if I put it over here. I bet it's in this other stack. I'll be right back. There was some yellow stickers in the kit. I was thinking about doing it like this. We did black on black, and I was thinking yellow on yellow. I just don't like this flower. Let me grab the others. I have some others. But, you know, sitting down here looking at this flower, I'm like, what's wrong with this flower? It's not the best looking flower. You know, they should have piled a couple more. This one looks better. It's more yellow. And we'll probably put, what should we put? Let me put this on here first. I just was trying to mimic what I did up there. I have a tendency to like to do that. It doesn't always mean anything, but now if I can get it straight, every time I lay it down, it's crooked. Eventually, it will not have any sticky on it. We're going to let that be good. Now, see, this has like a, I don't know, something glued on there. So, we're going to glue something on here ourselves. Let's go ahead and get this down. Okay. There we go. We've got it right here in the middle. Now, I'm going to get a... No, I'm not going to do what I was thinking. Instead, I'm going to show you what I do a lot of times. Rather than tear it apart, I'm just going to change it from brown to black. There you go. Easy as pie, right? Okay, so now we have our butterfly left. And where do we want to put this little guy? Do we have room? That is the big question. This butterfly is what made me decide to do some black. So, this will go down further. So, we could do it up here. I don't like it up there, I don't think. I think I prefer it down here. You know, like it's going after the flowers. Okay, I tell you what I'm going to do. You're going to think I'm crazy. But, you know, sometimes in life and in projects, you just have to make a decision. I'm going to show you how I put my glue on my butterflies. Just put it straight down the body here. And then I never worry about the head. It looks like I kept this one. But I usually put some kind of stone on the head there. And then I take my black marker and make some antennas. Now, I also, well, let me grab my little black shiny, look how cute they are. Little black shiny heads that I like to use. I don't know, it depends on if I ever find them again when this little pack is gone. I can't find my, let me get that on there, hopefully without getting it all white. I'm going to hold it up for a second, excuse me. Now, I always go ahead and wipe off that excess. And it will dry, so we don't have to worry about it. Part of his little head is showing up there, so I'll push it up. Okay. What was I going to tell you, too? Anyway, I can't remember. Sometimes I do the whole body. Kind of running through glue there, and my pen doesn't like it. Sometimes I do the whole body, and other times I just do the head. You know, whatever's the easiest for me is what I do. So what I think I'm going to do is, I don't want to get rid of my tag because I like the way it turned out, but I'm going to make it shorter. Wait a minute. No, I'm going to leave it. I could have if I wanted to, but if I take it all the way down in there, I think it'll be fine. See? Now, I do have some little hearts. I don't think I like the thought of putting them on there, but instead of putting the little hearts, let's put some puffy hearts. I have some yellow puffy hearts, and we'll just put a couple. We're not going to go crazy because it's easy to go crazy. I'm going to put one right here in this spot, right there. This is kind of, it's an unusual yellow. It's not orange, but it could be if it's not careful. Does that make sense? And I mean, you know, if it's not careful. These were my 99-cent package of hearts. And I have used these, given some parts of them for gifts. You know, I've done everything with those little hearts. And I'm going to put one right here. Probably, now this one wants to stick on my table. Probably, I will do an odd number. That's what I normally do. Now, I feel like we need one down here where this little critter is. This little mushroom. Come on. Be nice. And I feel like we need one up here. And because we have 4, that means I have to add a 5th one. So where do we want to put the 5th one? Where do we put the 5th one? So, I'm thinking that we're going to put it right here. I know it's close to the spine, but that's all right. We'll put something in to keep it from, you know, gluing onto the other. Okay, so there is how our page turned out. Now, I do want to put, let me wipe this glue off here. Goodness, I'm gonna have to get a wipey out. I'm going to make, out of our black hearts. I'm going to make a, I'll show you. It's a surprise. I'm going to make, trying to decide what size to make this. I think I'm going to do it this size. I'm going to make a paper clip. Hopefully I can make this paper clip work as a, okay, we'll see what happens. No promises. I never make promises, do you? I find myself just having a hard time keeping them. Okay, so we're going to put it here on the bottom. And I'll just tell you, I have never made one of these. So, but I am working on some, let me see. I want it up here. Get in there. Now I've got to hold it over here and lay it down. I know it's kind of hard to see. I am going to do a video on clips. So, and that's, I mean, that's coming up pretty soon, just so you know. Now this time I'm going to put glue on the whole thing, so it can glue the two together, but also grab that paper clip. And it's going to be a lumpy little heart, and that's okay. Now, we don't know how this is going to dry, so we'll do our next page, and then we'll come back, and maybe it'll be dry enough that we can put it on the top or the side of our page. Yep, there you go. All right, so it'll be really cute when it's done. We'll probably put it up here. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this page. Now, let me see how much time we have left. We can put this other page together. We do have time to put the other page together. That's awesome. Now, mind you, I have several pages to put together, not just this one that's half done. So they will happen on another video, okay? Now, I really like how this turned out. I hope you guys do too. All right, so let's go over here. I had started to glue it all in, and of course, it's got bags. Are you shocked? It's got bags. And then I decided, oh, just wait and, you know, just wait and do it, you know, so your friends can see it too. So, I'm not going to worry about this back. I'm getting close on my glue. I'm not going to worry about leaving room for a pocket on this one, because I seem to have plenty of room in my journals. And so I'm happy about that. And I don't need an extra pocket. Now, I ordinarily would not use this many pockets, but I have several things. I have pockets that I want to use in this book. Now, and it just works out that this book will tolerate them. So I got lucky again. This fits right in here. And I had tried that. I found these somewhere online, really cheap, on one of the Etsy store. I could not tell you who it is. I'm terrible. I know. I'm sorry. Now, I can make this 2 pockets, 1 on each page. And we don't have to do anything. The back has lines. Awesome, right? I've already inked everything. And I could do it right here, but I kind of think I want to do it right here. I know. Sounds crazy. You know, but I am kind of crazy. My kids would tell you, Mom is crazy. and tell me later, Mom, I didn't mean that you were crazy. I'm like, I know. You can say it when you're teasing, but not when you're trying to get away with it. Oh, it's so funny how they'll get all wrapped up in a conversation and forget the difference in ages, right? Okay, now we're going to glue this one on top of our other one. Now, I bought these from the same person, and they're a lot like glassine bags. One's polka dot and one's chevron, so that makes them different. And I had these little flowers left from the other kit. So, yeah, that worked out great. And so there I had butterfly left over also. Now, a while back, a friend of mine and we did some flowers, die cut tons of flowers. And I haven't used any, but I thought if I can make one look good here with these colors, we might just use one. I'm not feeling it on this page. Okay, so I did not plan to put anything here, so I'm not going to worry about it. I just kind of laid those out thinking maybe, and I hadn't made a decision. But I also have these sweet little tea pockets that are vintage. They don't go either, do they? It's not something that I'm not feeling it. Okay, and then I have also this sweet little bird. Nope, he don't go either. All right, so what I say is I'm looking, hold on. What I say we do is come back when we can think of something different to put on it. Now, I also have, just a second, these little butterflies. I have one that Lynette had from the last month, and then I have one that I had. Nah, they don't go well enough for me. So we are going to use them somewhere. We'll just decide where later. And I'm looking here to make sure there's not anything that we can't add to make it wonderful. Can't think of anything else except we need to add our fibers. Now, I pulled out green because we have green in the butterfly. I pulled out this pink eyelash and this pink, and I just thought maybe the three of them could gather in one spot. We can get them all to go through the little tiny hole. Let me get something that I've got over here. Ugh, can't find my tweezers. I laid my tweezers out to do another video, and you guys, I cannot find them. I am not happy about that because I've had them forever, and I don't see them in the stores anymore. So that tells me that I'm gonna have to come up with something different. I'll go online and find one but I'll have to look a little harder first. I've just been really busy, and I'm trying to get more videos out, and I'm trying to decide, you know, I have a cover made out of an old quilt from an old granny, and okay, I didn't have enough green for this second one. I kind of had a feeling I wouldn't. And I'm going to just go ahead and put pink. Anyway, so I'm going to do a book. It's one thing about anything that is pokey, you can just poke it through there, right? That's how I feel about it. Okay, I'm going to turn my fan on. Whew, it's getting hot under these bright lights. But I feel like the bright lights, it's worth it because the video is better for you guys. All right, come on. Come on, come on. Okay. You can't tell what you're tying half the time with these. It's kind of, I'm kind of uncertain sometimes what's going where. Okay, now I'm going to cut them the same size as the one side. That way they kind of look like they're supposed to go here. Yeah, there we go. Now, I think that's enough for that page, don't you? Got glitter everywhere now. Everywhere you can imagine. I've got this glittery stuff everywhere. So, I know we don't have time to do another page. So, I'm going to stop this video and take it off my phone and get it loading. No, it won't go up today. Take it off my phone and then I can come back and we can do a few more pages. Look how this turned out. I think you saw that already. Let's kind of do a little ta-da. I have a friend that likes to do ta-das when we're finished crafting. She'll say, okay, it's time to introduce and do ta-das. I just love her. Okay, so this is the first page. I always put my library pocket here. And I had these butterflies in my stash from something I found a long time ago. And then an index pocket that had been tea stained. Little mushrooms, and look at the back of this. How pretty is that wallpaper? That wallpaper came out of the kit. Look at these butterflies. And I love that I had this little library drawer that said lovely. It worked perfect. And this is some old vintage wallpaper that was from a previous kit that I had not used. And it worked perfect. Okay, that's that page. You'll probably hear me tell about that page 100 times. And then I came over here and just did a real simple page. You know, sometimes you just want to do something simple. And that's what I did. Just stapled a few things on a blue inventory tag. I had this clip from a long time ago. Mushroom picture and an old flower. Yeah. That wasn't much, huh? This is another page we did. A set of mushrooms here in the weeds. And this is, Lynette had stamped this cute little image. I added a tangerine color doily at the top and a tangerine ticket and a green ticket to go with everything else we've got going on here. Oh, let me get it in here. Okay, now another one of these butterflies with the green little diamond on there. And here is another one of those little squares that came out of the kit. This bag was in the book. Yeah, and then here's Lynette's letter to me. And another little mushroom journaling card right there. So, and here is behind the bag. This is a pocket I made for this little card that I've had for some time. Another one of these large coin pockets with a large butterfly pocket in green, blue, tangerine, and yellow. All right, and then we have this page. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can be awesome. I'm going to come back and put some on this page too. I think that page needs something. I don't know about you, but I do. Okay, then at some point we're going to do some more decoupaging in this. We're going to do some decoupaging in this book. I know some places I want it. And then there's this one. And I think that's the last page. Yeah, this is I'm saving this for decoupaging. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I always enjoy you guys. So, yeah, come watch again. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and join the fun. I have a lot of videos on my channel. You can go back and watch the early ones where I was nervous and work your way up to where I'm okay. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.